What's up guys, welcome back to another video. You joined me in my house today because I forgot to film an intro. Today we are smashing out a heap of work on the ute and it will be driving in this video. So yeah, lots of progress being made. Let's jump straight into it. Well, we've got a new clutch cable to go in. So Mason's just under there, pulling it off the pedal side of things so we can pull it out from here. We're gonna get that stopped over and then we're ready to put gearbox in.
Yeah, because that went in too easy. Bam, bam. How much weight is this bad boy go? Yes, no, maybe? Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Hell yeah! We finally have a transmission in this car. I am so keen. As you can see, I think. Look at that bad boy. We've got a nicely painted cross member in there. We might even have to go over and just paint all the heads of the bolts, eh? Because now they stand out like a sore thumb compared to the rest of this thing. Woo! That's beautiful. Mad. Bloody loving it. Got a nice new clutch cable in there. Everything all cookie.
Alright, nope, that's not going to bend that way, maybe that way.
Noticed on the clutch cable when we swapped it out too that they'd used a socket to try and space it. I guess they were trying to get the clutch to activate more, but they didn't realize that the clutch fork was already hitting the front of the gearbox. It was pulling all the way. And it was just the fact that the thrust bearing was completely collapsed. So yeah, that ain't gonna do the job. Now, exciting piece to the puzzle, because it means we are nearing driving this car again, is of course a tail shaft. Send it down to the boys at Knox Drive Shafts. They have hooked us up with our tail shaft. So we've got new unis, front and rear. They had to replace this rear piece because we damaged it. And a ballast style shaft, which he did say was a long way out. So it's time to throw it in the car. Just noticed that the two bolts actually hold the center bearing, of course. They're loose too. I'm kind of glad this thing wasn't drivable when we picked it up because I was going to drive it all the way home, so good thing we got to go through all this stuff. Now the bolts are in here, were completely loose and they look like Bunnings bolts, so luckily Knox Drive Shafts had 4 second-hand ones lying around. They'll get us out of trouble. Just like that, our tail shaft is in. With the tail shaft done and out of the way, the very last thing to put on the back of the car is the exhaust. Now, we've gone with a Redback catback system. 1, because it was the cheapest exhaust I could find on eBay. And 2, because I think it is the best sounding exhaust on these cars. It is what I had on my old ute many, many years ago. And obviously with the right combination of extractors and stuff, I do actually think they can sound good. Until they hit limiter and they bang. But you know we got to make it sound as good as we can. So, they are made of tin basically, and my last one pretty much lasted about 2 years and then blew the muffler out. I did not realize how much the type of muffler made the note because I changed it with one I had lying on a shelf and the car went straight to sounding your typical Commodore and sounded rubbish. So 100% Redback the way to go. Now I don't expect it to sound amazing straight off the bat because we are running the factory cast iron manifolds. However, we do have a set of extractors coming for this and I am keen to put that on and see what she sounds like. Last but not least, the tail pipe. This is just a slip joint, this one. Tires on down. Whoops. First. Woo! We are getting there, guys. Exhaust is on. Obviously, I do have to go through and tighten everything up 100%, but I wanted to get the whole system on first before we did that. Now, you can take a look at her. So we got the straight pipe, no muffler in the back. One muffler there. I've still left the cat in this for now, you know. I don't know about you guys, but this car is turning out way better than I ever planned. Obviously, we tried to go that little extra mile and it is definitely paying off now for us. I felt like we were never getting anywhere, but as usual with most big projects, 90% of the work is the prep work and the 10% at the end is everything coming together. There's only a couple small jobs left until we can try and move this thing under its own power. Transmission is getting the good stuff, courtesy of Martini Racing. We're running the 7590 road and track oil, just like I run in the S13 drift car. It's another day in the factory, but today is one of the most exciting days because today we're going to be driving the car for the very first time. To drive the car, we need some wheels. We're not going to roll on those Steelies, obviously. We got to get something a little bit better than that, but this is still a budget build. So I've gone on Facebook Marketplace, as usual with this build, and I found ourselves a set of VT SS Commodore wheels. Cooper likes the wheels too, but they're a 17x8, so much better sizes than what the 15x6 stockies that were on it. I might run spacers on it in the future. Tires on them are completely dead, so we've obviously got to change them, but today we just want to see the car moving. So let's get them on there, drop it down, and then we're just about ready to take this thing for a drive. Wheels are bolted up, tires are pumped up. We did run into a small problem because they did have the 16-inch V wheel on the right-hand rear, which has the wrong center bore. It had actually sort of gouged the metal where the wheel bolted on, so I had to file that off before I could get the wheel to bolt up. But they're all on there now. These wheels were $200. Now, you might notice that this one does miss the little plastic inserts, but we have got a fifth wheel as well. We're also going to paint these up and get them looking schmick in a future video. That's enough talk. Let's put it on the ground. I forgot how high this is as stock suspension. I was ready for it to come down a lot more than that, but we'll get to that in a future day. As we're just about to start it, it's time to put a battery in this car. Now, if you saw before, someone had done some janky stuff. They've connected leads to leads or terminals to terminals. So I'm sure that is quality. But we don't need that because we've got the correct battery for the car now. So we're gonna disconnect whatever their extension pieces are. Does look like it's still got the battery mount in there too, which is even better. Don't have to go chasing that at the wrecker. They just clamp off the bottom of the battery. Got a supercharged brand new battery to go in it. Battery's on, terminals are the way it's supposed to be, and everything's all mounted up, so happy with that. I might replace those battery terminals because they're pretty corroded, but we'll do that later. Now, I know I keep saying we're almost there, but we have one last thing to do, and that's bolt the shifter on. I'm not going to bother attacking this mess yet, just to get it driving. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be different bolts in this because I feel like it's supposed to have a taper to go with these, but we'll use the ones that came with for now. Did the job. This car hasn't started in a couple of months, so we'll see how she goes. First try. See, we got power. Oh yeah. Make sure she's in neutral. We've already set up the clutch, so that should feels like it should have a good activation point. Let's do this. Get fucked. Not bad, not bad. Ready? Woof. Oh, also doing a skid. Beautiful. Hell yeah, keen as. She moves under her own power, everything feels good, so might have to go take her down the service lane. Obviously it's not registered yet, but we'll get her on a permit and get this thing roadworthy soon. Got a few more little things to do, but that is a massive, massive accomplishment. He sounds healthy. Beautiful. Alrighty, let's take it for a first rip. It might knock in the front end, you might hear that, but don't worry about it. It's just sway bar links. I haven't sorted that yet. goes those way, Barling. Test drive is a great success. We tested all the gears, so we got first through fifth, including reverse. It's always a unknown when we haven't got a clutch and we can never test the car properly, but she all works beautifully, nice and smooth. I can't ask for much more than that. So obviously we can't give it a proper burn yet down on the road, but might have got it a little bit sideways there. It tweened up too, which was weird, maybe just because the rear tyres are bald, but I swear it's an open diff. Anyway, that's where I'm gonna wrap this video up, guys. Thanks for tuning along. I've got a lot more exciting things to go now we're getting this car on the road, so tune in for the next episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit a like if you enjoyed the content.